Hello, my name is Adriana, and thank you for joining me for my full class of yoga for Karma Yoga. This past year, I've been completing Karma Yoga online, and this is my exam class, so thank you again.
Thank you and
Today,
hello.
we'll be using a couple of blocks. So if you have some blocks, 2 blocks will be enough. Just set them aside beside your mat at the top. We're just going to begin reflecting inwards by closing our eyes and creating the Ujjayi breath. Create the Ujjayi breath by stripping our throats and breathing in and out of our noses. We'll begin to do that now. And just notice how you feel. Follow your breaths in, follow your breaths out. As you're doing this Ujjayi breath, check your body. Notice if you're holding tension in your glutes, your shoulders. Try to do this breath with releasing tension with every exhale. Next, I'd like you to open your eyes. We're going to add the Ganesh Mudra to this Ujjayi breath. We'll take our left hand, bringing it in front of our body with our thumb facing down, our right hand in front of our left hand facing up. We'll interlock our fingers and rest our thumbs on top. We'll roll our shoulders back, making sure they're away from our ears, and just give our arms a slight pull. So you're going to pull them away from each other. It's very engaging breath. And we'll do that Ujjayi breath again with a count of 4 for the inhale, count of 4 to hold, count of 4 for the exhale, and a count of 4 to hold. You can just imagine a square in your head. I'll count us for 2 rounds, and then I'll just guide us with inhale, hold, exhale. So breathe out now and inhale, 2, 3, hold, hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3. Exhale, 3, 4, hold, in, hold, exhale, hold, in, hold, exhale, hold, and return to your natural breath and lower your knees to the right. Maybe roll your shoulders a little bit, shake your arms out. I'm also going to introduce 3-part breathing to you. This is a great way to release any tension, stress, anxiety. So first we breathe into our bellies, we breathe into our chest, We breathe into our shoulders, filling our entire upper bodies with air. We'll hold it for 3, 2, 1, and release it out of your mouth. We'll do that 2 more times, breathing into our bellies, breathing into our chest, breathing into our shoulders, filling us entirely with air, and holding for 3, 2, 1. We release all tension. And the last time, we breathe into our bellies, breathe into our chest, breathe into our shoulders. You can make a fist with your hands here as we hold for 3, 2, 1, and release. All tension and anxiety melting away. So today's practice is all about open. Open mentally and physically. How you hold yourself impacts how you interact with others and how others interact with you. You approach people with an open heart, an open mind, an open body. How do people respond to you in the same manner? Or do you find that you might be closing off yourself from others, yourself from love, physically, mentally, emotionally? Today we're going to be physically opening our bodies with side stretches and heart openers. And mentally, I want you to come at this class from the perspective of having an open mind, being open to my instruction, to hearing them in a new way. Be open to the sensations that come up into your body and respecting those, finding what feels good for you. We'll begin with some side stretches sitting down. And breathe in and place your left hand on the ground. Breathe out. Breathe in, we'll lift our right arm up. And as we breathe out, we'll bend over to the left, stretching our right side. And we'll breathe in, coming up, placing our right arm, hand on the ground, left arm up. And we breathe out, stretching over. Breathe in, left arm goes down, right arm comes up. Breathe out, we stretch over. Breathe in, right hand to the mat, left arm up. Breathe out, we stretch over. You can follow this movement at the pace of your own breath for a couple of rounds. And notice your seat bones here. When you stretch over, does one seat bone tend to come up? Try to move while maintaining that connection with both seat bones on the ground. Maybe it's an indication that you shouldn't be stretching as far. And then we'll breathe in, coming back to the knees. Next, we're going to come onto our knees, setting up for camel pose. And for this pose, we will be guiding ourselves using some blocks, just to be extra careful. And we'll put these blocks right by our feet, right by our heels. And you can just look at me for a moment. So we'll begin with our hands on our lower back. Breathe in. And as we breathe out, we slowly feel for these blocks. And if it's comfortable for you, you can reach down at this point and grab your ankles. And if you're still comfortable, you'll release your head back, trying to keep your hips over your knees. And then slowly we use the blocks to bring us back up. We breathe in, try to get those hips forward, over your knees. And we breathe in. From there, we'll move the blocks to the left or the right, somewhere off your mat. We'll come into tabletop position for a couple rounds of cat-cow. And in tabletop position again, let's be careful and aware of our alignment, aligning our wrists underneath our shoulders, our knees underneath our hips, legs slightly apart. And as we breathe in, we tilt our pelvis to the floor, bringing our belly to the earth. We look up, shoulders away from our ears. And as we breathe out, we arch our backs, tucking our tailbone, tucking our chin towards our chest, really reaching our shoulder blades to the ceiling. We breathe in, arching, tilting our pelvis, bellies to the floor, looking up, shoulders away from our ears. And we breathe out, arching our backs, shoulder blades, ceiling, tucking our chin to our chest, tucking our tailbone. And you can follow your own breath to this rhythm, to these movements for a couple rounds. Maybe you wag your hip to the left, your hip to the right. Maybe you make circles with your neck. Just moving slowly with awareness in rhythm to your breath. And on your next inhale, we'll come back to a neutral spine. And bring our toes together, knees as wide as the mat, and sit our bottom, our hips onto our heels, forehead to the floor for wide-legged child pose. Opening our heart, opening our chest to the earth, opening our hips. Really let gravity do the work here. Notice if you're holding an intention in your glutes and your legs. And just set the intention to let it go. Maintain that connection to your breath as you breathe in. Then release tension as you breathe out. We'll walk our hands towards our knees, coming up back into that tabletop. Breathe in, we curl our toes under, and breathe out, we lift to downward dog. In downward dog, we really want that straight back. And really pay attention to your hands here, trying to place all four corners of your hand onto the ground, onto your mat, your knuckles, your full palm. We're trying to lift our low belly towards the top of our thighs, lifting our tailbone up to the ceiling while grounding through our hands and our feet. And we'll slowly walk our feet to meet our hands in a forward fold. And in this forward fold, you can grab your elbows here, shaking your head yes. I will approach the world with an open heart. No, I will not be closed off to those that I love. And we'll slowly breathe in as we roll ourselves up to standing. Releasing our elbows. And we'll meet into Tadasana, mountain pose. In Tadasana, your toes can be touching slightly, heels apart. And just like we had our hands pressed firmly into the mat for downward dog, we want that same connection with our feet. all four corners of our feet, lifting from the arches, not collapsing in them. You can bend your knees here a couple times and really feel the pressure of your feet against the floor, against the mat. We'll roll our shoulders back and tucking our tailbones slightly to Tadasana. We'll go through a couple rounds of Surya Namaskara, sun salutation. We breathe in, lifting our arms up over our head. And we breathe out, bending forward, forward fold. Breathe in, lifting yourself up halfway, your back parallel to the floor, shoulders away from the ears. Hands can be on your shins, on your thighs. And we breathe out, folding forward, planting our hands by our feet, stepping our right foot back into a low lunge. Knee on the ground, pointing our toes. We breathe in, lifting ourselves up. Hands can be supported on that left thigh, or we breathe in, lifting our arms up and over our heads, maybe looking up at the ceiling if you find that you have the balance. And breathing out, hands back down to the mat, bringing our left foot to meet our right foot, plank pose. Let's take 2 deep breaths here. Looking forward, we breathe in, breathe out. We breathe in, and on this next exhale, slowly lower yourself down onto your belly. Pointing your toes. Hands should be right by your shoulders. We can bring our forehead down to the mat, and we'll breathe in, lifting ourselves up into baby cobra. Strength is coming from your back here. You should be able to lift your hands off the mat and really reach that crown chakra, the tip of your head, as far away from your body as you can. And breathe out, lowering your forehead back to the mat. Bring your hands by your low ribs. We'll breathe in, lifting ourselves up into upward dog. Your legs are off the ground here. We're balancing on the tops of our feet. And we breathe out, bringing our knees down to the ground, curling our toes under into downward dog. Firmly plant the left foot. We breathe in, lifting the right foot up. And as we breathe out, we use that momentum, stepping the right foot between our hands, lowering our left foot down to the ground, or left knee for a low lunge on the other side. Pointing our toes, we breathe in, lifting up. Hands can be supported on that thigh, or we lift them up over our head, really sinking in for a nice stretch in our groin. As we exhale, we bring our hands back down by our right foot, stepping our left foot to meet our right foot, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, sweeping our arms up over our head, clapping them together. Breathe out, hands come together in front of your chest. You might already feel your blood pumping a little faster. Your breath might have quickened. Just breathe that in, feeling your prana, your energy moving. We'll do the same thing a little faster, leading with our left leg. So we breathe in, lifting our hands, our arms up over our heads. We breathe out, folding forward, bending those knees as much as you need to. We breathe in, lifting up halfway. We breathe out, planting our hands, stepping our left foot back, lowering our knees, pointing our toes. Low lunge. We breathe in, hands supported on our thigh or up over our head. We breathe out, planting our hands down, stepping our right foot to meet the left foot, plank pose. We breathe in, looking forward, and we breathe out, lowering down onto our bellies and up into upward dog. shoulders away from our ears, and upward dog. We breathe out, coming into our tabletop, and then downward dog. Firmly plant that right foot, breathe in, lifting that left leg up, and use the momentum as we breathe out, planting our left foot between our hands. Low lunge on the other side. We lower our right knee and point our toes. Breathe in, we lift up. Notice that knee and make sure that it's in line with our ankle. We breathe in, lifting our arms up overhead, and we breathe out, planting our hands, stepping our right foot up to meet the left foot, forward fold. Breathe in, lifting halfway. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, lifting your arms up over your head, clapping your hands together. Breathe out, bringing your hands together in front of your chest. And take a few moments here to breathe. Feel again your energy moving as we wake up our bodies. Next, we'll set up for chair pose. Breathe in, we bring our arms up over our head. And as we exhale, we sit back into an imaginary chair. And right away, take a look at your toes and make sure that you can see them. If not, we want to bring our knees back slightly. We're really arching our backs, rolling our shoulders back away from our ears as we bring our arms up. Breathing in, breathing out. I'm going to face you so I can see. Breathe in, we bring our hands together in front of our chest, prayer position. And breathe out, we bring our left elbow to right above our right knee. Pressing that left elbow against the right leg as we twist. Take a look at your left knee here. If it's starting to come forward, just pull it back a little. We breathe in to relax. And as we exhale, we twist a little deeper. Maybe you open your arms for a moment here. And we breathe in, coming back to that chair position, hands together in front of your chest. And as we exhale, we bring the right elbow to above our left knee, pressing against that elbow to twist. Maintain awareness to your knees. If your right knee is coming forward, bring it back. Maybe we open our arms for a moment, opening our hearts, our arms, our chest to the world. And as we exhale, we come back into a standing position. Shaking out our legs a little and breathe in. From there, we'll step to the top of our mat. Left foot forward. We step our right foot back about 3 to 4 feet, depending on how tall you are. Feet hip distance apart, setting up for warrior one. And make sure that your right foot is firmly planted into the ground. You don't want to collapse into that arch, but firmly plant the back edge of that right foot into the ground. We'll take our hips, turn them facing forward so that they're parallel to the front of your mat. And maintaining that connection with that back right foot, we bend into that left knee. Tucking our tailbone slightly, we breathe in, lifting our hands up over our head, shoulders away from our ears. We'll breathe here a couple times. Breathing in that good earth energy. Breathing out any stress, tension. Breathe in, circling your arms behind your back and clasping your hands together, opening your chest, opening your heart. Breathe in, breathe out. And And out, we release our arms and counter that with a nice hug. Showing yourself much needed and deserved self-love. And as we breathe in, we open our arms, setting up for Warrior Two. We widen our stance for Warrior Two about 5 to 6 feet, depending on how tall you are. And we're creating a capital T with the back right foot and the front left foot. So your left heel should be in the middle of your right arch. We're tucking our tailbone slightly and bending into that front left knee. Your stance looks very good. Make sure you raise that back right arm so that it's parallel to the floor. Awesome. Rolling our shoulders back. We open our chest. You'll feel your shoulder bones, not your shoulder bones, your shoulder muscles engaged when you roll them back. Breathe in, bringing your left forearm to your left thigh, and breathe out your right arm up and over, creating a nice straight line with your body. Extended side angle pose. Breathe in, breathe out. Notice your feet and how they're planted to the mat. Breathe in, coming back to that Warrior Two. And as we breathe out, we bring our right hand to right thigh, left arm up, reverse warrior. Really maintain your connection with your abdomen here. Don't want to collapse. When we breathe in, coming back to that Warrior Two, straightening your front left leg. Keep a micro bend in your knee. We'll bring our back leg in a couple inches, back foot in a couple inches, setting up for triangle pose. We bump our right hip to the back of the mat. Breathe in, opening our arms. And as we breathe out, we bring our left hand down to our shins, down to the floor, your fingers or hands can touch it. Opening that side body. Breathe in. Out. Shoulders away from your ears. Breathe in, and on your next exhale, bend that left knee. Bring your right hand down to the ground beside your left foot, pivoting on your right foot at the back. We were in a high lunge here. We breathe in, opening our left hand up to the ceiling for a twist. So feel a nice deep stretch in that left glute, in your spine. And as we exhale, we bring our left hand down to meet our right one. Left foot meets the right foot, plank pose. We look forward to breathe in, and we breathe out, lowering down onto our bellies, pointing our toes, setting up for Sphinx. In Sphinx pose, we create an 11 with our forearms, elbows under our shoulders, shoulders rolled back. And we look forward. To engage your legs, point your toes, and contract your muscles. Really try to bring that pelvic bone into the mat. And breathe here for a couple moments. On your next exhale, bring your forehead down to the mat. Hands by your low ribs, and we're going to push up as we breathe in into upward dog. Legs off the ground, and as we breathe out, downward dog, yes. We can pedal out our legs here, take a couple deep breaths, and we'll slowly walk our feet to meet our hands in a forward fold. Breathe in to lift halfway. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, lifting our hands up over our head. Gently bringing our hands together as we exhale in front of our chest. Well done. You can face me for this next move. We're going to do tree pose. So notice your feet, again, pressing evenly into the mat. Make sure that left foot feels really comfortable. And we'll start to lift that right foot. You can place it on your calf, or if you can grab it with your right hand, bring that right foot into your upper left thigh. Awesome. And we're going to really press our right foot into the left thigh. If you fall, simply get back into it. Awesome. We'll bring our hands in front of our chest, prayer position. And if you're open to a bit more of a challenge, we can bring our hands up over our head, waving our arms back and forth like a tree blowing in the wind. Grounded, yet flexible. Stable, yet fluid. And we'll bring our right foot down to the ground with control. Give our left ankle a couple circles here. One way and the other. And we'll set up for tree pose on the other side. Planting that right foot. Lift our left foot up to our right inner thigh. Pressing our foot against it. It helps to pick a spot across the room, your dristi, that you can focus on with a soft gaze. When you're ready, bring your hands together in front of your heart, tucking our tailbone slightly. And we can grow our branches above our head and let them sway in the wind. Grounded, yet fluid. Stable, but flexible. And we slowly, with control, lower our left foot down by our right foot. And we'll give our right ankle a couple circles one way, a couple circles the other way. There, we'll step to the top of the mat. Right foot forward, we step our left foot back about 3 to 4 feet, depending on your height. And we're setting up for warrior one on the other side. Your feet are hip width distance apart. Your left foot is at a 45-degree angle to your right foot. And we want to firmly plant the left foot, lifting from our arch, not collapsing. We're really maintaining the connection of the outer edge of the left foot into the ground. We'll take our hips, align them with the front of our mat, and bend into that front right knee. Play around with the distance and find a stance that feels good for you. Tucking our tailbone slightly. We breathe in, lifting our arms up over our head, rolling our shoulders back away from our ears. Breathe here full time. On your exhale, you swing your arms behind your back and interlock your fingers, opening your chest, opening your heart. The world. Breathe. As we exhale, we give ourselves a nice hug, countering that chest opener. Then we'll breathe in, opening our stance wider into warrior two, creating a capital T with your back left foot and your front right foot. So your front heel, your right heel, is in the middle of your left arch. And I'm just going to face the other way so that you can see my body and so that I can see you. We tuck our tailbone slightly, arms open wide, parallel to the floor. Rolling our shoulders back, we engage those shoulder muscles. And really keep that connection with our feet, the back edge of that left foot into the ground. We breathe in, placing that right forearm onto the right thigh. We breathe out, bringing that left arm up over our left ear, creating a straight line with our body. Extended side angle. We breathe in, lifting ourselves back up into warrior two, bringing our left hand down to our left thigh, right arm up. We breathe out, reverse warrior. Notice your feet, maintain that connection. We breathe in, coming back up to warrior two, and breathe out, straightening that front right foot. Bring your left foot in a couple inches, setting up for triangle pose. We bump our left hip to the back of the mat. Open our arms as we breathe in, and as we breathe out, bring our right hand down to our right shins. Maybe our fingers touch the floor. Shoulders away from the ears as we open. Maybe you can look up at your left hand, saying hello. Breathing. Trying to find comfort and ease even in our challenging positions. And on your next exhale, bring your left hand down to the ground, bending your right knee. We pivot on the back left foot. We're in a high lunge now. And we breathe in, lifting your right arm up to the ceiling, up to the sky. Feeling a nice twist in your back, a nice stretch in your right glutes. Breathe in as you open your chest. And breathe out, bringing your right arm hand down to the ground. Right foot meets the left foot, plank pose. We breathe in, looking forward. We breathe out, lowering down, and we're going to flow right into upward dog as we breathe in, lifting ourselves up. And we'll lower our knees here, down to the mat, hips back to our heels, child pose, forehead to the floor. And we bring our hands back to meet our feet. Feel your heart pulse and how it slows down as you catch your breath. We'll breathe in, pushing ourselves up onto our knees. Bring our feet to one side, coming into a seated position with our knees bent, setting up for both pose. With your knees bent like this, you can really feel your seat bones pressing into the mat. We want to lift into both pose from our seat bones, rolling our shoulder back, opening our chest, opening our arms. We lift our legs up, half boat, maybe extending them straight for full boat. Breathing, maybe coming back into that half boat. And we're going to lower down to low boat. Low back will be engaged with the mat. And then we'll breathe in, lifting ourselves up into that boat, high boat. And again, low boat. Breathe in to lift yourself up. And one more time, breathe out, low boat. Breathe in to lift yourself up for 3, 2, 1. We'll release, coming onto our backs. Setting up for some leg raises. We lift our feet up, and flex your toes, wiggle them a little bit. We're going to lower our right, keeping our left up, and then switch. And we'll do this for 30 seconds at your own pace. Go ahead, I'll mind the time. Don't forget to breathe. Exercising our abdominals helps us stand up straighter, helps us protect our spine. helps us go deeper into these poses in a safe way. 10 more seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, we release. Feet down to the ground. We open our arms up into a T shape, crossing your left foot over your right foot, hips to the left side of the mat, knees fall to the right side, giving your spine a nice twist, your abdominals a nice twist. You can look to the left here and breathe into your belly, giving your internal organs a nice massage. Releasing tension, anxiety, stress with every exhale. From there, we untwist our legs, bringing our left leg over our right leg, our hips to the right side of the mat, and our knees fall to the left. Maintain that connection with your shoulder blades against the mat. And we can look over to the right, bringing our right ear down. Breathe. Or belly. Feeling our internal organs. Nice and soft. From there, we unwind our legs. We're going to seat ourselves up. Extending our legs to a wide-legged pose. Really lifting from our seat bones here, bending our knees as much as we need to. Play around with how wide your legs are to listen to our bodies and however we feel today. Breathing in, we lift our chest up, roll our shoulders back. Breathe out, we slowly walk our hands forward. When you're at your limit, you can let your head hang loose. Breathing in, breathing out, perhaps creating a little more space as we stay in this pose. Flexing our feet. Breathe in, lifting ourselves up, bending your right knee, bringing your right foot into your left thigh. Take our left hand, place it on our right thigh. We breathe in, lifting our right arm up, and breathe out, bending towards your left toes. Saying hello to your toes, maybe one day grabbing them. And you can pull your left arm here, giving your body a bit of a twist, working towards gazing at the ceiling. And we breathe in, lifting ourselves up, opening our right leg, bending our left leg. Take our right arm, right hand, place it on our left thigh. Breathe in, lifting your left hand above your head. And breathe out, bending towards your right toes. Saying hello to your toes. Maybe we grab them here. Breathing into your side body. We pull our right arm, our right hand, giving this a bit of a twist. Perhaps one day bringing us to look up at the ceiling. We breathe in, lifting ourselves up, bringing both our legs together for staff pose. You can bend our knees as much as you'd like here. Breathe in, lifting our arms, our hands above our head, and breathe out, holding over our legs, belly on our thighs, head rests in our shins. And breathe here. And really feel the nerve from your neck all the way down to your low back, reminding us that everything is connected. Perhaps you find the ability to stretch your legs out a little straighter, bringing you closer to your mat, the ground. And we breathe in, lifting ourselves up and bringing ourselves down to the mat. We're going to bend our knees here so that our heels can be touched by our fingertips. Setting up for bridge pose. I want you to imagine that there's a block between your legs. And when we lift into bridge, we're going to keep our knees together. We don't want them to fall apart. Remember that connection with our feet, lifting from our inner arch, not collapsing. And as we breathe in, we lift our hips up, bringing our shoulders beneath us, clasping our hands together, opening your chin to the ceiling, and really lifting, engaging your glutes for 3, 2, 1, and slowly we release our shoulders, our hands, vertebrae by vertebrae. We lower down. We'll do that 2 more times. We breathe in, lifting ourselves up, bringing our hands beneath us, clasping them together, lifting our hips up, engaging our glutes. Open that chin up to the ceiling, opening your throat for 3, 2, 1, and we lower slowly with awareness and control. And one final time, we breathe in, lifting our hips up, bringing our shoulders under, clasping our hands together, opening our chin to the ceiling, lifting our glutes a little higher, our hips a little higher for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Slowly but surely. We'll cross our right foot over our left, right ankle right over above our left knee, setting up for reverse pigeon. We interlace our fingers behind our left thigh or behind our left shin. This might already be a deep stretch for you in your right glute. But if you want more of a stretch, we can start to pull our legs towards our chest. Try to keep your low back against the mat. And you can use that right elbow to press against that right leg. And you'll immediately feel that stretch intensify. And we'll breathe, listening to our bodies, stretching, but not straining. And we release, left foot down, right foot down, crossing our left ankle right above our right knee, interlacing our hands behind our right thigh or our right shin. And here might be good for you, but if you want a deeper stretch, we start to pull our legs closer, using that left elbow to press against that left leg. Breathing, releasing tension every exhale, trying to find a way to do this most comfortably. Noticing any feelings that come up, acknowledging them, working through them with our breath. And we release both feet down to the ground. From here, we'll bring our left knee into our left armpit, grabbing our left foot with our left hand, the outer edge of our left foot with our left hand, our right knee into our right armpit, grabbing the outer edge of the right foot with our right hand for happy baby. You can rock back and forth here, giving our low back a nice massage. Trying to extend our low back down to the ground, down to the mat. Shoulders away from our ears. We breathe, opening our hips. And we release our feet to the mat, letting our knees fall one way, letting our knees fall the other way. Slowly, we walk our feet until they're straight, setting up for Shavasana. In Shavasana, your feet can be as wide as the mat, your hands down beside your hips facing upwards, palms facing upward. Just lift your chest up slightly so that your shoulder blades fold in, so that your back is against the ground, against the mat. And you can close your eyes, really letting gravity do the work here. I'm going to guide us through a meditation, a body scan. I want you to bring awareness down to your toes. I want you to clench your toes as much as you can for 3, 2, 1, and release. Release your toes, wiggle them out. We're going to work our way up to our calves, our knees. We're going to clench our toes, our calves, our knees all together for 3, 2, 1, and we release. Working our way up, we come to our thighs, our glutes. We tighten our thighs, our glutes, our calves, our toes for 3, 2, 1. Release. Working our way up, we come to our belly, we get our abdominals. We engage our abdominals, engage our glutes, engage our thighs, engage our calves, engage our toes, clenching. Maybe your body starts to shake here for 3, 2, 1. Working our way up, we're going to incorporate our hands now, our biceps. Clenching our hands, clenching our biceps, clenching our abdominals, our glutes, our thighs, our calves, our toes. For 3, 2, 1. We release. Working our way up, we're going to incorporate our shoulders, our neck, our jaw, our face, until our whole body is clenching. So our shoulders, our neck, our jaw, our face is scrunched, our hands, our glutes, our abdominals, our thighs, our calves, our toes for 3, shaking, 2, 1, and we release. We release into the arms of the earth, melting into gravity. This is our final resting pose, countering all that strengthening, stretching. We'll be here for about 5 minutes. And if your mind wanders, just bring it back to the moment, noticing the body, reminding time spent in yourself is only show up the rest of the day. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, bring your knees towards your chest, put them, turn to your left or your right in the fetal position, connecting with your inner child, sending some love. Use our arms to slowly, lovingly lift us up back to that seated position where we started. We'll end our class with 3 chants. You bring your hands together in front of the third eye. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Love you.
I guess they'll finish the recording and give me a call.